It didn't just fizzle, it detonated. For years, one woman lingered quietly while a perfectly polished image dazzled on national television. Smiles, tears, redemption arcs, and carefully curated confessions. But tonight, that script is shredded because Dr. Jackie finally refuses to stay silent. And according to the explosive whispers now leaking behind the scenes, what she's allegedly spilling isn't mere gossip. It's a pattern. A past that never fully stayed hidden. Relationships that allegedly overlapped. Stories that never quite matched. And a side of Porsha Williams' viewers were never supposed to question. What if these revelations aren't new at all? What if the truth was managed, delayed, and sugar-coated for years? Sources claim Dr. Jackie knew of alleged affairs, secret romances, and a double life that contradicted the story fans were fed. And when those claims finally surfaced, the reaction wasn't clarification. It was utter chaos. Because what unfolded next allegedly stunned everyone in the room. Voices skyrocketed, accusations flew, tension snapped, and witnesses say what started as a confrontation erupted into an explosive scene no editor could tame. So the real question isn't just what Dr. Jackie said. It's why the reaction hit such extremes. And if even half of this is true, then this isn't just reality TV drama anymore. It's full-blown fallout. The second those words left Dr. Jackie's mouth, the room reportedly shifted. Not because she yelled, not because she accused, but because of her eerie calm. People present claimed it wasn't anger. It was the tone of someone who had hoarded secrets for years and finally decided to stop shielding narratives that no longer held up. Sources allege Dr. Jackie didn't speak to shock the audience. Because if true, and again, these remain allegations. If these allegations hold, then the emotional interviews weren't mere vulnerability, they were calculated repositioning. And repositioning invites scrutiny. Insiders familiar with production culture say reality TV thrives on orchestrated chaos. Some truths are delayed, certain angles shielded, and storylines twisted to keep viewers on your side. Dr. Jackie's alleged frustration wasn't aimed at Porsha Williams' personal life. It was about what she called selective transparency. Then came the moment witnesses claim no one saw coming. As the conversation heated, voices overlapped. Attempts to steer it back failed. Multiple accounts say the mood shifted from tense to explosive in seconds. Not because of what was spoken, but what was being ignored. And then, allegedly, the clash turned physical. Security stepped in. Cameras caught the confusion, and what had been presented as another fiery argument instantly morphed into something harder to dismiss, because online critics started asking the question nobody could stop. If these claims were completely baseless, why lash out with such intensity? Supporters chalk it up to provocation. They cite pressure. They mention years of unfair targeting, and those explanations click with many. But skeptics see something different. Extreme reactions often surface when stories collide with unresolved truths. After the incident, silence took over. No detailed breakdown, no point-by-point denial, no legal shutdown, just careful, measured distance. And in moments like this, silence doesn't soothe speculation. It fuels it. Media observers say this is the riskiest stage of any controversy. When nothing new emerges, but every old detail is scrutinized. When each pause feels deliberate, and unanswered questions echo louder than accusations. What Dr. Jackie allegedly triggered wasn't an expose. It was a fracture. A crack in a story that had been holding under pressure for years. And once that crack formed, everything behind it surged forward. The audience isn't asking for perfection, they want consistency. And right now, consistency is exactly what's missing. Insiders claim this wasn't chaos, it was strategy. While the public fixated on the confrontation, other things allegedly unfolded quietly in the background. Phones buzzed. Conversations cut off mid-sentence. And those who once spoke freely off camera suddenly went mute. Because once Dr. Jackie's words landed, the story shifted from personality clashes to receipts. The kind no one wants dragged into daylight. It waits. And according to those watching closely, the wait isn't over. As the dust settled, consequences didn't arrive with sirens or headlines. They came with distance. Invitations quietly stopped. Group chats went silent. And according to insiders, the shift was instant and unmistakable. Because once a narrative flips, everyone must choose their side. Sources say production meetings suddenly grew cautious. Topics were rerouted. Language softened. Scenes once framed as light drama were now allegedly scrutinized through a legal lens. Not because anything was proven, but because uncertainty is dangerous, and risk terrifies networks. And Porsha, she reportedly pulled back. Observers noted fewer appearances, tightly controlled statements, every word measured, every expression curated. Media analysts argue this was retreat. It was strategy. When speculation roars, saying less often says more. Or at least that's the idea. But the public didn't settle down. Commentators started questioning whether this marked a turning point, not just for Porsha, but for how stories are shielded. Was this about one person's private life, or about how much truth reality TV can handle before it shatters its own illusion? Then came the backlash to the backlash. Some fans pushed back fiercely, calling the whole conversation invasive and unfair. They argued that even whispers can harm and no one deserves judgment based on fragments. Others shot back that accountability isn't optional. And now the real question isn't what you heard, it's what you believe. Because stories like this don't survive on proof alone. They survive on perception, on silence, on those moments when people who usually speak loudly suddenly go quiet. And when that happens, the audience becomes the jury. So, let's break it down. Was this a long overdue act of accountability or just another case of rumors spiraling into character assassination? Did Dr. Jackie act out of concern, principle, or pressure? Or was it simply the truth crashing into a carefully managed image at the worst possible moment? Possible time? And Porsha, is this calculated silence a mark of maturity and legal savvy? Or proof that something landed a bit too close to home? Because here's the uncomfortable truth, reality TV survives on exposure. It thrives on secrets, tension, and drama. But the second the spotlight hits personal territory, suddenly everyone remembers the word privacy. You can't have it both ways. This isn't just one allegation or one reaction. It's about power, who controls the story, who gets shielded, and who faces scrutiny when the cameras stop rolling. So, we want your take. Did this cross a line? Or should public figures owe honesty when their brand is built on transparency? Is silence strength, or surrender? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate is far from over. And for more deep dives, uncomfortable truths, and stories that don't end with press releases, make sure to like this video and subscribe.